We all know that drafting in the NFL is extremely important. What players you draft, how you coach and prepare them can make or break your team. And over the past 3 years, the past 3 drafts, 2021, 2022, and most recently 2023, one man has dominated the picks, and that's Brad Holmes for the Detroit Lions. It's unbelievable. Over the past 3 years, Brad Holmes has drafted nothing but pure talent, which has extremely helped the Detroit Lions grow into a Super Bowl contending team. A year after the 2021 draft, the Detroit Lions 2021 class was ranked number 4 out of all 32 teams. And after the 2022 season, Detroit's rookie class was ranked number 2. And this most recent class has been amazing and may even be the best one of the 3. And honestly, over the past 3 years, the only team I feel you can compare the Lions draft classes with are the Kansas City Chiefs. They're up there with the Lions on how well their front office has drafted over the past 3 years. They've drafted defense very well. That's been very prevalent this season as Patrick Mahomes hasn't played as well as he has over the past few years, but it doesn't matter. The Kansas City defense is elite, and they've hit on their skill positions. Weapons from Mahomes, Sky Moore, Rashee Rice this season, and last year Isaiah Pacheco, who is an absolute beast. Other teams that have come close have drafted really well, but I don't think they're on the level that Detroit and Kansas City are on. Are the Jets? They had a great class last season. The Broncos have drafted well, especially defense. The Cowboys have had some really strong classes, and the Seahawks are up there over the past 2 seasons. They've drafted very well this season, with Devin Witherspoon leading the way. Some other teams that have drafted strong recently, the AFC North has had some good classes. The Ravens had a few, Steelers had a few, Browns had a few. The Bengals and 49ers have had some strong classes recently. And of course, the Texans, CJ Stroud, Tank Dell, Will Anderson. Oh my gosh. Focusing back on the Detroit Lions and Brad Holmes though, it blows me away every time I look at it. It's just how well he has drafted over the past 3 seasons. All players from the past 3 classes are still on the team, and it's such a turnaround from the Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia era. Bob Quinn wasn't the worst drafter in the world, but when Matt Patricia was hired, it was just hell. This was the Lions 2018 draft class, first year with Patricia as head coach. Ragnow was a great pick. Bob Quinn did draft offensive linemen very well. Kerryon Johnson, bust. Not in the league anymore. Tracy Walker is still on the team. I love Tracy Walker. Solid defensive back for the Lions. Not elite, but not bad by any means. Hand, not in the Lions anymore. Crosby, not in the league anymore. And Bodden, not in the Lions anymore. So out of the 6 players drafted a bit over 5 years ago, only 2 remain on the Lions. They both start. And of the 4 players not in the Lions anymore, 2 of those players are not even in the NFL anymore. Now, it was nearly 6 years ago, but still, those aren't the best ratios. Now, this is the Lions 2019 NFL draft class. And of these 9 draft selections, 4 seasons later, only 1 is still on the Lions. And that's Will Harris. This draft class was essentially a dumpster fire, just not good whatsoever. It wasn't one of the worst drafts ever. A few of these players are still playing, but it's bad, but the Lions have had worse. Starting out with the first pick, Hawkinson, no longer on the Lions. He's good, he's a Pro Bowler, but he is injured quite a bit, and 8 is a little bit too high when we could have had someone like Brian Burns. I mean, in my honest opinion, I don't think Hawkinson's like a game changer for any team. Still not the worst pick in the world though. Tavai was a bust, but he's still in the league. Aurier, I mean, he was all right for a little bit. Some say he fell off really hard. I just don't ever think he was that good. And Austin Bryant and Ty Johnson are both still in the league, but only 1 player on the Lions. It's wild, and it's wild that it's Will Harris and that he was drafted in the 3rd round. Will Harris, he's an all right player. I mean, he plays. He's not the worst thing in the world, but he's, no offense to Will Harris, but he's just nothing special. So now we go to the Detroit Lions 2022 NFL draft class. Before the draft, Matt Patricia made some great moves. In October of 2019, we let Diggs go. And in March of 2020, we got rid of Darius Slay Just great decisions by Matt Patricia to get rid of our elite defensive backs. What the fuck? So after some questionable moves by Matt Patricia, we had to replace some defensive backs. So we draft Jeffrey Okudah with the 3rd overall pick. I'm sorry, Okudah, just maybe it was the Lions' development. Our coaching was just not good. A lot of locker room issues with Matt Patricia. Jeffrey Okudah just did not pan out. It sucks. I think there was talent there, but it did not work out. This is similar to the past. They're not terrible draft classes. We've seen worse, but again, they're just not amazing. Jonah Jackson, good pick. Okwara, all right. 2 of these players are still in the Lions. 2 other players, Okudah and Swift, are still in the NFL, but the bottom 5 picks are not in the NFL anymore. But now we get to the happy part. Brad Holmes, our savior. Penei Sewell, unbelievable offensive lineman, one of the best tackles in the game. All these players still on the Lions, all play except Jefferson. Derek Barnes has been pretty good, not the best though in coverage, but obviously the steal of the draft, Amon-Ra St. Brown, top 10 wide receiver in the league right now. It's only his 3rd year in the NFL. St. Brown, extremely consistent, does not drop a ball, has a 70% catch rate over the past 3 seasons, racks up 100-yard games like they're nothing. One of the best wide receivers in the league right now. Then we go to the 2022 NFL draft class. Aiden Hutchinson, one of the best pass rushers in the game, has 4 picks to his name somehow, which is unbelievable. Sadly, he is held a lot in the refs. Don't really like to call it, but it's all right. Hutchinson is a beast. Amazing pick. Jameson Williams, phenomenal. Sadly was injured and then got suspended, came back a little bit early, did have a few rough moments, a few drops, but I said it before and I'll say it again, Jameson Williams is going to be unbelievable. I think there's a ton of talent there. And people are starting to realize it when he displayed his speed with his touchdown against the Saints. People are starting to realize that Williams is game breaking. And then James Houston, late 6th round, what a steal, was unbelievable in his rookie season, racked up sacks. Cannot wait to have him back from injury. And another one of my favorite players from this draft, Kirby Joseph. Pretty solid. He's still young, but a solid safety. Picked off Rodgers. We all love that 3 times. But I think Kirby Joseph is just going to keep getting better and better. And then lastly, the 2023 NFL draft class, Jahmyr Gibbs, beast. Sam Laporta, future Hall of Famer. Brian Branch, crazy steal of the draft. Unbelievable. Hendon Hooker, I think there's a ton of talent there if we ever need a quarterback, if we don't re-sign Goff. And Jack Campbell has been great. Few growing pains, but he's still a rookie. Ton of talent there. This is just an unbelievable draft class. Everyone freaked out when we drafted Gibbs and Campbell. And I said, if you look at what Brad Holmes has done over the past 2 seasons, how can you not trust the man? And he did it again. Jahmyr Gibbs, Jameson Williams, Aiden Hutchinson, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown. This man just keeps drafting stars. And I think also part of it is the Lions coaching staff is great. The locker room is very strong. I just think the Lions development of players as well, their coaching is just phenomenal. And that's a big part of it as well. Let me know your favorite picks from the drafts. I'd love to go into some older Lions drafts, look at some bad ones. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you enjoy my content, I'd really appreciate if you could like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Once again, thanks for watching.